here we have wave 1 of the new Jazwares Endo Series Five Nights at Freddy's figures. Technically, they keep saying that wave 1 is supposed to be Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. But then if you don't release them at the same time, then they're not really a wave 1, are they, really? So I'm going to kind of call this wave 1A. And then if I like it enough and I do end up getting Chica and Foxy, then they'll be wave 1B. How about that? All right, let's go ahead and open these up and see what's inside these animatronics. And here is the first half of Wave 1 of the Endo series from Five Nights at Freddy's by Jazwares. And I'm not really sure how to feel about them. So a couple years ago, I did do an unboxing video of the FUNKO version of these figures, and I can't help but compare these to those. And in some regards, they are an improvement, but in some other regards, they are definitely a downgrade. As far as improvements go, these ones are a bit taller and a little bit more in scale with your 6-inch figures. I think the faces with the eyes are definitely far better, and getting an articulated mouth, 2 mouths technically, with the endoskeleton inside of it, is definitely a better look than what FUNKO gave us. The colors are a little bit more vibrant and I think a bit more accurate to like the promotional material, at least definitely the ones that are on the box. And as far as the gimmick of being able to make 2 sets of the characters with building on top of the endoskeleton, you can get either the classic version or the withered version. I'm kind of torn on whether or not I like it. It's annoying to have to take apart all of these pieces just to rebuild the character into a different form, so I will more than likely keep them in their withered state after I'm done with the review, just because, 1, I kind of like that look better out of all of them, and 2, I just am not going to want to try and rebuild them. Honestly, I would have preferred if they had just been an endoskeleton with like a take-apart frame, instead of the 2 figures in one deal. Or just forego the endoskeleton entirely and put them in as just the figures themselves. Which brings us to our problem with these figures is their articulation is great when they don't have the framework on top of them and they're just a skeleton. The Endo can pose pretty much all the way around. He's got great elbow, knee, leg, thigh, shoulder articulation, hand articulation. There's no movement in the neck other than back and forth. He can't look up or down, which is a little disappointing that that's not on a ball joint. But once you get all these pieces onto the Endo frame, they are not as articulated as they were without them. Especially in the knee and elbow joints, they can't really do much more than what you see here, which is pretty disappointing. And then the other thing is the omission of any kind of accessories. Like FUNKO at least included a guitar for Bonnie and a microphone for Freddy. And since you're making these the classic version of these characters when they are in their prime and on stage, then they should have gotten their instruments and microphone. So yeah, the lack of accessories, the limited articulation really keep these from being the best they could possibly be. There is stuff that I said like I do like them, like the faces are great, the eyes are very vivid, the endoskeleton has some great posability. I'm going to say these are probably more of a pass than a must-buy, even if you are a super fan, but these are not the definitive Five Nights at Freddy's figures that I was kind of hoping they would be, unfortunately. Also, some of the joints were a little tight, and I was a little worried I was going to break them a couple times, so make sure you have a hairdryer or some warm water handy just to loosen them up. Alright, that's it for this unboxing video. Here's your hint at the next build video. Leave a guess what you think it is in the comments below. Until then, stay safe, happy hunting.